in that steal by the Lakers last season.
Well, look at the numbers, 63 and 15 when he plays for the Lakers, and very impressive for the Los Angeles Lakers. We saw them in Boston right before the All-Star break, and they go in there and beat Boston, break their 12-game winning streak. They broke their 19-game winning streak at Christmas. They go in and beat Cleveland, break their 23-game home winning streak. That's all without Andrew Bynum.
Dwyane Wade, who just came back on, able to knock down that corner shot. The West up 48-47. Once again, Gasol gets inside, and a late whistle fouled a push on Garnett.
So it's just been a while, 48-47, especially with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, that I've seen an NBA All-Star game played with this kind of defense.
Well, it's a nice rhythm. That's what I like. Guys are making the simple play, and you can see what the West is doing. They're coming down. They're running that little middle pick and roll, rolling down the lane, and we've seen Gasol catch that ball to finish. When Shaquille O'Neal was in the game, he had 3 powerful finishes. So, Phil Jackson's always been a guy that likes those big guys inside, and he's taking advantage of his height here in this first half.
Phil Jackson, this the 4th appearance as an All-Star head coach. Phil has coached 9 NBA championship teams, 6 with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen of the Bulls, 3 with the Lakers, and Kobe and Shaq. Mo Williams for 3. Granger kept it alive, but ends up in the hands of West. 2-on-1. Gasol from his teammate Bryant.
Runs the floor so nicely for a big man, and they call that a post lane sprint, Mark. You run right to the front of the rim, and if you don't get it, you turn and seal and look for a quick post up.
Williams. That's a 3-pointer for the Cleveland Cavalier. Mo Williams averaging 17 points and shooting very well, 46% for the season. Brandon Roy right back.
One of my favorite players, Marv. I think you guys had him early in the year when he had his 52-point game against Phoenix. I think you also had him when he had the game against Houston, where it looked like he committed the foul on Yao Ming, gave up a 3-point play, and then hit the miraculous shot to win that game. So Brandon Roy, when you hear him talking about this year, he said, I'm much more comfortable. Mo Williams is comfortable being here, playing on a great team with the Cleveland Cavaliers with a chance to win a championship. And Brandon Roy, smooth, efficient, no wasted energy, the sweet jump shot. And the West lead by 4.
And each of the children was assigned to an all-star player. We saw Dirk Nowitzki right there with Colin Kirkpatrick from Abilene, Texas. And I know you said you wanted to provide a whole weekend of hope, joy, and strength to these kids. How fulfilling and enriching was it for you?
It was fun. It was fun just to see him smile. It was a dream come true for him. And, I took him on the bus, and just to see his eyes when Kobe walked on the bus. And, he was stunned. He was in heaven. So, it was great to see, and I took him in the locker room, introduced him to everybody. He got everybody's autograph, and he just wrote me a little letter before the game. He gave me a little letter, and he was so excited. So it was great all around.
What did he say in the letter?
Just how great I was introducing everybody, and it was a dream come true for him, and he'll be a Mavericks fan for life.
Well, thanks a lot. Great job this weekend. And I'm sorry, but Phil Jackson says you're supposed to go in.
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right, back to you, Mark.
All right, Craig, thanks. So Dirk Nowitzki will check in just a moment. The West with a 54-51 lead.
Marv, who else is very big with the Make-A-Wish Foundation is Michael Jordan. And they had a big article on here in the Phoenix paper that he was out here just recently, he and Chris Paul, and just putting smiles on these young people's faces, which is such a wonderful thing to do.
Paul looking for the opening, then gets it to Roy. Pulling it back on Granger. Rebounded by West. West getting position on Wade. David West of the New Orleans Hornets. And the East right back. Mo Williams showing his speed.
Chris Paul gambling in the backcourt. You gamble and don't get it. You put your defense at odds.
Ball's pass intended for his Hornet teammate West. Back comes Williams. Behind the back. And they reset. Williams, that's a 2-pointer, had a foot on the line.
Well, that's where they can attack the West. If they can get some steals and get in the open court, they have that speed and the ability to really stretch that floor.
Mo Williams has hit 3 of 5. He has 8 points. Bryant, 4-3. Rebounded by Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire. And the question with Amari, Could he be playing his final game as a member of the Phoenix Suns here in Phoenix? What with all the trade rumors, and Kevin Garnett on the finish.
Could very well happen here, Marv, as a retaliation by Kobe Bryant. Blink of an eye and they score once again. But Marv, it could very well happen. Trade deadline is the 19th, and Steve Kerr is fielding a lot of different calls at this point in time.
29 to be exact.
Bryant not able to put it down. This is a 2-on-1 developing. The West does hustle back. Williams came up short, rebounded by Paul. Paul going behind the back and finds the trail of Brandon Roy. That leads to a timeout. And the other question, who will be the head coach of the Phoenix Suns? There are rumors that Terry Porter is in trouble. I know assistant Alvin Gentry has been mentioned.
Yeah, it's tough, Marv. It's this coaching business right now is so volatile, and the team not doing well. A lot of speculation what's going to happen. Brandon Roy's Portland Trailblazers are doing well, and he's doing well in this game as his team leads by 4.
Courtside, there's Hall of Famer Bill Russell, one of the great players in the history of the game, considered to be the cornerstone of the Boston Celtic dynasty. And you look over the years among Bill's achievements, 11-time NBA champion, voted one of the 50 greatest players, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1975, a 5-time most valuable player, 12-time All-Star, and in 1963, the All-Star Game MVP. And this weekend, the league honored Russell by naming the NBA Finals MVP award after him. And just a moment ago, Boston's Big Three presenting Bill with a cake, a special moment here with the league continuing to honor Bill throughout the weekend. And Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce making the presentation. Bill will have to wait to eat the cake after the game.
Well, what a great honor. Get that trophy named after the greatest winner in this league. And what did he do when he gets to the podium? Yes, he was emotional, but wanted to thank his team. Always a team player, Marv.
And as Wade tries that little flip shot, draws the foul. Dwayne will go to the line. Foul is on Tim Duncan. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
We're here with Chris. We're here with Chris Bosh from the Toronto Raptors, injured, not playing today, but selected by the coaches to your All-Star team. Your thoughts being here this weekend?
Oh, man, you know, it's always an honor to be an All-Star. It's always great to be here and hang out with these guys. You know, we've been laughing and just hanging out all weekend.
You had Muhammad Ali in the locker room before the game. What was that feeling like?
Oh, man, he's the greatest. You know, that's one of the best, biggest sports icons of all time. And just to get to shake his hand and look into his eyes, it was very moving. I mean, he's been through a lot.
You got a new player coming into Toronto. Made the trade the other day, bringing Sean Marion in. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think Sean's really going to help us. Everybody knows we're struggling a little bit. We need some more wins, and we're trying to make a push for the playoffs. So, you know, I'm hoping he's going to come in and give us some help. You know, I hate to see JL go, but it's a part of the business, and you know, I guess we'll kick it in the summer.
Chris, thanks very much. Get healthy as soon as you can.
Appreciate it.
All right, Mark, back to you.
All right, David. Dwight Howard with the bucket. So the West now leads at 64-62. So Jermaine O'Neal, now a member of the Miami Heat. Stoudemire off the mark, rebounded by Howard. And Sean Marion is a Raptor.
I spoke with Jermaine right after the trade, and he was disappointed in leaving Toronto, but excited to get down to South Beach and have a chance to play with the Flash himself, that man right there, Dwayne Wade.
The major question with Jermaine O'Neal, all the injuries that he has been hit with. Amari Stoudemire is able to put it down. 8 points for Stoudemire.
Well, if he can stay healthy, he gives the Heat something that they haven't had since Shaquille was new. You know, someone's going to block shots, intimidate in the lane, and he's a pick-and-pop player. When you run that pick and roll with Dwayne Wade, you're going to get a lot of looks.
LeBron James from downtown. That's 10 points for LeBron. Here's Paul kicking it out. Bryant. This time Garnett closing on Bryant, not allowing the three. Ball with a post up.
Posting up Allen Iverson.